So Tyler and I are up in the Bay Area right now for a baby shower that my mom and our family friend Caroline and some friends are throwing for me, with like family that lives here and some friends that still live in the area. And my heart is so full, and the baby shower hasn't even happened yet. I'm literally about to go to it here in a second. Also, we're staying at Caroline's house. This is her son Noah's room, who's like a brother to me, grew up with him, and he so kindly took an air mattress and let Tyler and I have his room because he wanted me to sleep in a real bed, which was so sweet. But anyways, we got in on Friday and flew into the Bay Area from San Diego, and then Friday night had a birthday dinner for my friend Courtney, which was so fun to see those friends. And then on Saturday it was Tiff's bridal shower, my friend who she's getting married in November, a couple days before we're due. And yeah, they just mean a ton to us, and so we got to be a part of her bridal shower yesterday, which was super special, and just hang out and spend time with friends that we haven't seen in 2 months now since we moved, and my heart was just so happy and full. I keep saying it. And then this morning we were gonna meet with some of those friends to go get coffee before heading to a church that Saul was guest leading at today, Tiff's fiance. And so we met at this coffee shop, and I walk in and the happiest surprise happened. Tara literally flew in from Wyoming to surprise me to be at the baby shower today, and I was shook. I'll insert a little video right here that Marissa took getting my reaction walking into the coffee shop. So here it is. I'll leave a little picture here, screenshot of my reaction, my face and Tyler's face, because we both didn't know. We were both surprised, and you have to tell me who looks more shook, because we were shook, and it just truly means so much that she would literally fly out here to be a part of this day. And yeah, it was so special. And so then after that we went to church all together, which was just so special. I keep saying special, but if you can't tell, I just feel so happy and full. And just did a little outfit change and we're about to head to the shower. Probably not gonna get clips, but if anybody does, I'll insert some in here. And then tonight we get to celebrate Anna's birthday, which will be so fun because her birthday is later this week. But I'm just gonna take you along for the adventure. I'm just gonna do one bag at each table. Hi, team. Hello. It is Friday after the Sunday that my shower was, and we're back in San Diego now, and I'll get you caught up on this week here in a second. But as for last weekend, getting to be in the Bay Area, the shower, all that stuff, it was just so nice to get quality time with so many close friends, and I seriously feel like we just left and our hearts felt so full. And there was one point where we were all kind of joking, saying like, man, this feels like a tease, because like I said, we're all kind of in seasons of just like building new community, and we're like, it feels like so normal, like we just have this and each other and get to hang out on a normal weekend tonight. But it feels like a tease because we're gonna go back to not really having that. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what, no, it's not a tease. That's one way you could look at it, but I feel like instead it was God kind of just giving us that encouragement and filling our souls and refreshing us and restoring us through those friendships to send us all back out into the places he has us and just the new communities he's leading us into and stuff. And so I really feel like it was just a sweet little gift to get that time, and we're super thankful for it. Like I said, this week's been a little crazy. The shower was on Sunday, and then Monday I actually had to clean out my office for my full-time job. So I feel like I get questions about that because I don't talk about it a ton. For my full-time job, I work in like a communications role for a utility. Thankfully, I have approval to work down here because it's a California-based company. I used to be in the office, and then for the past 2.5 years, ever since the start of COVID, we have been, I'm so bad at doing two things at once. I'm just gonna try. I've been working at home for the past 2.5 years. Anywho, they're now kind of like either selling some of the buildings because so many people are remote now and they don't need the office space, or they're converting some buildings into like shared workspaces. So instead of people having their individual desks, it's more of like an open work environment where you can go in if you want to and just like plug into any desk, but they're having people clean out their like individual desks and everything. Or my boss was wanting me to do that before I go on maternity leave. And so since we were there in the Bay Area this weekend, I spent Monday doing that. And then I got to have coffee with Tara. Tyler was meeting with some friends too. And then we were just kind of like rushing around all day, and then flew back to San Diego on Monday night. And then this week, So kind of in preparation for maternity leave, going on maternity leave for my full-time job, I've had to create what we're calling like a playbook. So basically detailing like every single one of my job responsibilities and breaking down like how to do it and creating job aids with screenshots, going step by step so that the people who are going to be covering me while I'm on maternity leave have it as a reference to be able to do my job. And so it's just like a big lift because it's things that you kind of do second nature that you don't really think about, but having to break down and like explain to another person via this document how to do it has just been a really big lift. And I've been working on it for like the past month or so, but it was due this week because I'm going to be starting maternity leave at the very end of October. We wanted to have some time for the document to be done so that I could start going through it with the person who's training me and training them. So that was this week. Literally last night or yesterday I worked on it from 8 a.m. to 12:30 midnight because it just needed to get done, but it's done and it feels like a huge relief. And so it's now Friday and my parents just got here, which I'm so excited about. They're in the other room, what will be the baby room. They are coming down for another baby shower that Tyler's mom is throwing us with his side of the family down here tomorrow, which will be so fun. And it's sweet because she came up for the shower my mom threw in the Bay Area, and then my parents came down for the San Diego one. And this one's actually going to be co-ed because it's a lot of like Tyler's side of the family, and so it'll be really fun to have him get to be a part of that too. And then my dad will get to come, and Tyler's dad and all the guys and everything. And so that's tomorrow. Super looking forward to that. And the plan for tonight, we're probably gonna show my parents around some of the favorite restaurants we've discovered down here, and then my mom and I are gonna go get our nails done tomorrow morning and go to a coffee shop that we both really like in the area that has the most amazing breakfast sandwiches. So we get some quality time in and then go to the shower in the afternoon. And so once again, we'll see if I can get some clips, but it's a little update on the week. And here we are. Got no makeup done, so I'm gonna go finish that because we're gonna go to dinner, but I'll grab little clips where I can and just take you along for the ride.
Get set, go! When you're done, you're gonna put your hands up in the air. Tyler, look at your baby. Wait, I got it. Hold your baby up. Tyler's still going. Get set, go. Oh, then. Go, go, go. Go. Oh, so close, so close.
Checking in a few days after the shower, which was so much fun. It was so nice getting time with some of Tyler's family and also some friends of mine who live in the LA area who I hadn't gotten to see in a while, and so that was super fun. And then Sunday, the day after the shower, we went to church with my parents and Tyler's parents, and then we ended up actually doing the San Diego Harbor tour, which is so pretty. You just kind of go throughout the San Diego Harbor and they talk about all the ships there because it's like a big port for the Navy and a lot of other things, and so that was super relaxing. Honestly, I kept falling asleep during the tour because it was just so relaxing and nice to be outside, and I just like have not been sleeping super well the past week. I feel like that third trimester insomnia is kicking in a little bit, and that on top of just a busy couple weeks, I feel like it's just hitting me. But it was a nice place to nap and nice to get time with both of our parents. We went to lunch and dinner with them as well, and it was sort of like celebrating both of our birthdays coming up in a couple weeks, and so it was just a really nice weekend. And I feel like this vlog was maybe a little bit all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed getting to see little snippets from the showers. And I wanted to close real quick with some Bible encouragement because, you know, I like to do that. I posted this on my Instagram story a couple days ago as well if you follow me, because it was the day that I read it, but I thought it was really encouraging, and so I wanted to share it in this video. I was reading in Genesis 15, and it's basically where it's a couple chapters but several years after God has made the promise to Abraham that he would be the father to many nations, and he's been continuing to wait, and he hasn't seen anything that would speak to the fact that, you know, this promise was going to be fulfilled. He still hadn't had a son, and so he says to God, this is Genesis 15 verse 3, "You've given me no offspring, and a member of my household will become my heir. So he says, behold my heir. So he's basically saying this guy, Eliezer, I think I'm hopefully saying that right, who's a member of his household, he shall become my heir because I don't have a son. And then God says instead in verse 4, this man shall not be your heir, your very own son shall be your heir. And I just think that is so relatable on the part of Abraham and so encouraging on the part of God, that God has made this very specific promise that Abraham would have his own son and that through him would be many nations. Yet time has passed and it doesn't look like God is fulfilling that. And so Abraham doubts and, basically says like, I'm gonna help you, God, fulfill this because it doesn't look like you're actually fulfilling it. And so let's just go with this guy who's a member of my household and not actually my son, what you promised, because it just doesn't seem like what you promised is actually gonna happen. And I feel like the little takeaway I wanted to share from that for anybody who may need to hear it is to do not settle for less than what God has spoken simply because it's all you can see. If God has spoken something very clearly in his word or made a promise, even if our circumstances don't seem like it is pointing to that or it doesn't seem possible, don't settle for less than what God has spoken simply because it's all you can see. Because if God has spoken it, he is a man of his word. He doesn't break any of his promises. Not one of them has failed, Joshua 21:45 says. And so I just wanted to share that encouraging little tidbit. Again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and then also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.